All right, we're a little late, but
Yeah, well.
okay. We'll get some guys in here. At least we got some more content here. That worked out. Oh, did we? Yeah, well, we got an ETH down there from Diamond Lee.
Man, I'm so sore. I've been
You're
tilling
so
up my
sore?
backyard.
Oh, yeah, I
I've been
saw those
tilling up my
pictures.
backyard.
I saw the
And
pictures.
It's a 300-pound tiller, and this dude is just it wears me out.
Yeah, that's good. That's a full body workout. That's like doing sled
Yeah,
pushers.
I've got muscles in my back that have been sore in quite some time.
Yeah. Interesting. What's the market doing? Oh my God, the Nasdaq is such a perfect, pure representation of market manipulation today. I mean, to look at the 1 minute chart, it is a master class in how retail gets raped daily.
I saw you post that this morning.
It's absolutely unbelievable. It's nothing but market manipulation and just lining the pockets right as the guppies get swallowed. Anyway, we'll get into that. Hey, there's Tony. Hey, man, how's it going? We're kind of slow. We are a little bit late. We had some technical difficulty just because I was working on over the weekend, but we rebooted and got it back up. So we'll get there. And
my Costco chart for Grant just hit our levels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
God, I love Costco. I was the holdout. I used to not like. I'm not going to discount, but now I love Costco.
Yeah, it was. We're thinking a huge short coming up. Like, so he grabbed puts at the yearly open, which was. Oh my God! I mean, it was an untested yearly, but it literally. The stop was 1.05%, $5.91, and now we're looking for like from there we want a 21% drop.
Ooh. Well, you're talking about the chart. I was talking about the experience of being a Costco customer.
I don't have Waco doesn't have that or Whole Foods or anything, but we have a Sam's. But
yeah, well, that's something. All right, how we doing on peeps? We got John Howard, we got PK Acevenda, Roger Holmes, there's Ethan T, Woo Wonka. All right, we got the crew, we got the regs in. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys, we were late. I guess I said we had a little technical problem getting the microphone hot. We're going to try and get 4 or 5 more. Flex Hollywood, yo. All right, why don't we just, since we're late here, we'll go ahead and start.
Bitcoin not liking where it's at right now.
Bitcoin just dumping on me.
Yes, I mean, it's not a huge move, but I didn't want it.
I had to close everything to reboot here. So okay, let me get rid of this here and we'll just dive in here. So all right, guys, you guys know that just all looks like it's all regs. CN Salazar, how you doing, man? CN, did you not post today? Oh, you usually do. Okay. All right, I got to focus here. I'm doing 10 things at once. Okay, so you guys can see here. So this is a relatively new, race car K-Pack. Glad to see you posting. I know this, you're relatively new with us here, and I think it's your first month, so some really good-looking work to start with. Okay, so we're looking at, first up, he's given us Luna here. I'm looking at a 12-hour in log scale. So when I go to log scale, I tend to just take the volume profile off because it's so fucking distorted. There are annoyances working with log scale. But when we look at a chart like this, it's, what do you... it's so good. It's so technically perfect. It's hard to... what is the language I'm looking for? It literally is out of an Elliott Wave textbook, right? I mean, so, okay, 1, 2, here's the impulse. We go to the 2618, right? So that when you get a 2618, that's an extreme move for a third. So you've got this, you would have to call it, well, he calls it, right? So Luna, race car K-Pack even knows the terminology here. So this would be an extension here to get to 2618. That's a big rip here. So the extended wave is the third wave. You got a perfect 4. God, it's literally like you drew it. And then we finished with another 5 here. So the 1's a little funky, right? Since it's, I don't know if that's when it hit. Certainly that's when it hit Huboy. Huboy? How do you say that? Huboy? Huboy? I don't have an account there.
Huobi, I think.
Huobi. I got to be able to speak it correctly. I'm going to hide the volume here just at the bottom as well, just to get a little chart space here. So the question is, are we setting up here? So now, one thing to consider here, just because it occurs to me as we sit here looking at it. So in our purple belt practical exam, so we want you trading only 3s and C's. Now, would that be a C that you want to take there? It's certainly your counter trend here, and you would be working off of the idea that we've just got a double top going in here. And well, let's zoom in there a little bit. Let's try the 2 hour here. It just occurred to me as I'm looking at that. So if I were in my purple belt and I was looking for 3s and looks like he's got that locked. If I'm looking for 3s and C's, well, there's a potential C going in now. Would I want that trade? I'm going to unlock that just to tighten that up a little. Would I want that trade? Well, what would be particularly attractive to this trade? Let's see if we can refine it just a little bit even more. So it's probably, we got a little supply zone up here if I zoom in on that. Did we close above it? May not have. Looks like that's all wick. So let's pull that off for a second. Let's just get into the nitty gritty of it here. Okay, so we've had wicks go through. Now, is there any confusion about what has just happened up here? I mean, we talk about this a lot. Okay, so we know likely there are breakout traders here that are literally, they wait for it. Amazingly, they wait for the breakout. Now, what do you think others are doing? Right, they're up here. They're doing the same thing. They're waiting for that breakout as well, right, to short it. And of course, now when I say that, right, of course I don't mean that every breakout is a failure, but in terms of, think about the risk reward here, right, which is really the way to drive this home, right? So if you're a seller here, we're not gonna put it a tick. Give that a little room for the very anticipation that this is likely going to be a sweep of stops, because we know we don't even have to wonder about it. We know there's going to be liquidity up here. There's going to be a shitload of stops right above that pivot, because that's where every trader on the planet has been taught to put their stop. So let's say the same thing happened here. You saw this, they sweep the highs, and look what happens immediately. Now we retrace here, we come back to the structure, we keep going here. So you can see the story here. Now, amazingly, right? And thankfully for us, they do the same thing again. Somebody bought it here. Somebody bought that on the idea it was going to break out. In the same way, people were buyers here. Now, how would you even forecast? How would you even put together a risk reward there? How would you even do it? Where's your stop, right? If you can use the market, well, there's your stop. Unless you're just going to randomly, I'm on a 2 hour, right? I suppose you could use that pivot there. Okay, it's so illogical. I don't understand their thinking. So what's my target? So are you just going to use a random target here of, I go for 3 to 1. It has nothing to do with the market. Just, I'm going to go for 3 to 1. Okay. Did that work out? Probably not. Yet amazingly, they're going to try it again right here. Didn't go the first time, but it'll go the second time. Well, how about, okay, it'll go the second time. No, didn't go the second, but it'll definitely go the third time. There it is. There's the third time. Oh, yeah, it'll go that time. Definitely going to go. That's just a little retrace. It's definitely going to go this time. So do you see why this is such a horrible place to enter the market? Because look at the interaction here between the breakout, let's just call it the new trader or the uninformed trader, right? So they're looking for this to break out. What is the more informed trader looking to do? Sell, right? So do you see the overlap here, right? So that's why I always tell you there's liquidity up here, right? Because everybody on the planet knows there's liquidity up here. What are those that can move the market? See up there, right? A meal. That's a gourmet meal right there. What are they going to eat? Guppies. Right? It's literally like you can't pick a worse place to enter the market. Now, of course, you could. I would say that's not the case for a short. That's a beautiful place to short the market because now my risk reward here is very realistic. I can do that, and I say, okay, well, my target is going to be. Oh, here let's just use the last low if I can get a trading view. If I can get that, okay, what do I got there? Well, there's 5 to 1, and that's just if I get to the first low, and that's the low that gave me the high, right? So here we come up, we take out this high, right? Just to get there. Okay, so that's a reasonable target. It's 5 to 1. Now, are we going to get there? Well, not necessarily, because what did we just run into, right? It's never a straight line in the market. What did we just run into, right? Golden zone. Do you see the interplay here? I mean, this is what's happening all day long, right? Just between algo. This is partly, I tell you, the shorter the time frame, the more directly you're competing with the machine. So we've got those in the know here, right, that would know that's a terrible place to enter, but not a bad place to short, already in profit. Now you've got an algo here. Look at the algo hit the Vegas wave. Literally splits it at the golden zone. So we know an algo is responding here, right? An algo doesn't give a shit about anybody or anything. It's just software, right? It's just going to buy that because here's the last dominant low to the high. There's the golden zone, right? It's got a target up here. Right, so if you want, even there, that could be your stop because you could certainly see how this could go up and get filled. So if that algo gets its target, what's going to happen? This will be number 4. Right now, they're just going to get all the stops up there. Right, they're going to get all of them. Everybody, those people say, I'm going to give it a little more room this time, right? Because on the first 3 times, I was too tight with my stop. But I'm going to give it a little more room this time. So they just clear everybody out here. Everybody's gone, right? Then likely, right? We come back down. So if you're trying to be a buyer here, which he's not, right? I'm trying to get to shit. I can get on a tirade here. That's his goal here. So if you're trading a C, now you start to put all of that together and say, well, wait a minute. Is that a C that I would want to take if I'm in my purple belt and I'm looking for practical examples and I got to come up with 50 trades off of 3s and C's only? Hey, all of a sudden, that's a pretty good looking trade. Now, let's zoom in there a little bit and see if we can fine tune, like, how could I use the price action here to help me just a little bit? Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, into a double top. Maybe you got an impulse here. Well, you could certainly look at this and say, well, hey, if I'm going to break that, that's not insignificant. That's the last little pivot that gave me that last drive here. So would I have not? I've had higher highs, higher lows. All of a sudden I get up here. Oh, all of a sudden, maybe a little change of character. Maybe this is starting to look like, oh, if this retraces, we come back up here. Well, okay, right? Remember, there's an algo on every side, on both sides, right? So if we come back up into this region, here, let's draw it out. We come back up into here. This might be interesting. So now it's not just we're up here, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to wait for some price action here, a little break of structure. If I come back to it, now I'm definitely interested. Would there be an Elliott count here to support that? Right? Is the Elliott helping here? Right? We haven't really talked about the Elliott other than the fact that we're potentially in a C. I don't know. Would the Elliott be helpful here? Is that 5 down? Kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like it, right? So if we're coming back up here, well, here's a reasonable spot to be looking for this to just, okay, this could be the A of the B, right? This could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my A, B, C, right? So now that's not a bad way to go. Well, shit, get off of there. It's not a bad way to go because if you were doing it that way, you'd be trading the C within the C, right? Let's see if that makes sense to you. A, B, C within the larger degree C here, looking for that, right? So if you want, you probably get bonus points for that. We should put that into the test, right? If you can get a C within a C, you get double points there, right? So what's he after? Way down here. So what's the risk reward actually, right? So if you were doing this, now of course in our purple belt, you can do sim or you can do it in live money, right? We give you the choice. Many prefer to do it with live money, right? Because they've gotten good enough by that time. But that's not a requirement. So if you were taking that trade, let's just put that together. Would this be maybe one you'd want to put together for your practical exam? Okay, well, there's what we got there. I mean, could you make a little money there? It's only 5.3. It doesn't look right. 5.3 to 1. Oh, maybe it is. maybe because I'm just zoomed in here, it looks like that would be more, but it's right, good. Well, so what else do we know right here? Now this is a little, right, we're on the edge here. As long as this pivot holds, my 80% is in play. I could get here, I could get here, I could get here, but my 80% is in play. That's a great looking setup. I mean, there's absolutely nothing here that would say don't take that trade. Nothing, right? Of course you obviously, right? One possibility is you just get stopped right out, right? And this thing takes off, and you say, well, okay, well, fuck, shit happens, right? Okay, so it's not a double top. We've tested, and it breaks. Okay, well, how's the damage here? I mean, it's a stop. Nobody likes a stop, but I can survive that one. Turn that around, not so much. But risk reward here, very friendly. The TA's friendly. I'm at a clear spot here where I know it's a better trade for me to sell it than buy it. That's a great looking setup. Can we get? Yeah, we can. Look at the subdivision here. There's a nope, I guess, oh shit, does it overlap? Looks like may have to be a diag. Yeah, it looks like it is. It is? Okay. No, nonetheless, we can get a 5 in there. Okay, let's see if the Elliott could help fine-tune this. All right, so here's just a practical example. All right, I mean, shit, I didn't know what we were going to find when we got here. Okay, there's 5 into an A, 3 into a B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a C. All right, so I got a nice looking, it's a bit of a kicker. It's a pretty big kick in the C, but I've got a 5, 3, 5, right? I mean, there's 5, 3, 5. God, can this get any more technical to the Elliottician? Jesus Christ, that's just fucking gorgeous. Look at this. Woo. Beautiful, right? Just great setup here. Race cart K-Pack. Great. God, lots of content too as well, right? That's why I like these guys to give it to us, because I never know what I'm going to see here, but when we get here, okay, what's the thought process here? Why? That's why I always tell these guys, I don't care what you put on the chart. I just want to know what you're thinking. Because then once we dig in here, we can really pull the thing apart and see, okay, what's here? Is this really a trade you'd want? If anybody's looking, that's not bad, right? I mean, so many of us, right, would prefer to be on the long side in crypto, but that's a pretty nice looking setup there. If you get that kind of risk reward, for some reason that feels like that would be more than 5 to 1, but that's all it's showing me. Okay, let me keep moving. That's great setups, right? So anybody looking, heads up there.
I've got the same target for it.
Do you? I don't know.
35 to 42.
So you've got a short as well off of your stuff? It seems like that would be bigger than 5 to 1, but it looks like it's only 1.
I thought it could squeeze to 115 or so, but we didn't get it. It's just there were so many people shorting it. I thought they would squeeze further instead of just sweep, but yeah, no. Once it finally loses this range, I'm looking at 35 to I think 42 is what I've got.
Yeah, well, it'd be right in sync with this, right? So
yeah.
So really, you could look at this and say, what do we got here? We're just in a range. So if it comes back down here, what? So you can't. Why would you assume, right? So here, okay, why we don't, until we get out of here, we're in a range. So if nothing else, right? If we can identify the range here, well, this is where we. Okay, now I'm in a range, right? But I've got textbook Elliott confirming it. I mean, wouldn't this be the side you'd want to be selling, right? And flip that around. When we get back down here, you'd probably turn the thing right around. To the top of the range. Now, see here, now I'm not saying when you get here, you necessarily have to sell. I'd be tightening up a stop just for that same phenomenon, but you can take the sell down and hit the median line and take it right back up. Great first post, Racecar K-Pack, if I'm saying that the right way. That's really juicy one. All right, okay, so I got 2 from him. So I've also got, let's see if this is good over here. He's got an eye for it. Okay, so I mean, it's damn near essentially the same trade. We got a beautiful impulse here. God damn, it really is. Oh, it's a little funky into the 1. But what else are you going to do, right? This is almost garbage, right? So you kind of start it. I'd be starting it right here. What is that, right? It's just hitting the market, hitting the exchange. 1, 2, beautiful impulse, pretty big rip there. Oh, let's see. Is that the only way to count that? I don't know that it matters, but this is such a good-looking 4 here. I might have done it this way. I'm going to put the extension in the 1. It probably doesn't matter. So ABC, okay, ABC, right? So here's the, right, they all of crypto did the same thing. This one got out of here. Okay, I like that. What's not to like? We're coming into the structure. You got a pretty good volume node right here. What are you giving me, a 12-hour here? And we are in log scale. Okay, let's go to a 4. Okay, so we're pulling from here, looking for, oh, he's giving me essentially the same trade, just in a different location. So, okay, almost doesn't matter, right? So, but how we count this? Oh, looks like WXY to me, right? It doesn't matter, right? So we still get an A here. Now we're looking for 3 to a golden zone. Pretty nice setup there. Oh, well, so what are the first questions, right? Is this an algo play, right? Are there algos here? Are there? I never know, right? When I pull though, I just kind of eyeball it and say, well, it looks like there's probably an algo there. At least, lo and behold, it's not just close, it's in the golden zone. How anyone trades successfully not knowing that's there is, I literally don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Okay, so what would I have here coming back up? What's the next thought that should occur to you? Okay, do I not have a golden corner? Into a C, right? So remember, back to where I just was, right? So, shit, race car CPAC, we got to get you to purple belt pretty fast here because you're already on your way here. So would he not be trading a C? Yeah, he would. And would he not be in position to do the exact same thing, to trade the C into the C? Man, you're going to qualify here. We can get you in purple here just off of these two charts, right? So here's a C into another C, right? Bonus points. And what's defining the range? Software. Where's the target? Right? If we get here, now look, God, this is what great examples. What do we get when we get here? If we get here. Right? Golden zone followed by golden corner. Right? So we get a golden corner to a median line. Now this is, I don't know that that's going to happen, but I sure would not be uncomfortable trading that. So, okay, just again, think risk reward. Right? This should be like, okay, this is starting to make sense. Okay, I get this. All right, I got it. Okay, let's use we'll use the 707. Well, shit, you're tight here. So there is a line of thinking that has merit, but you got to be practical about it, right? So the thinking being, you want to put your stop as close to where you're wrong as possible, which is why. So why would I say that? Because of course, if you're stopped out, right, it's a very low impact, right? It's a jab, right? Not an uppercut, right? So let's use the 707. You got to allow for a little market noise. See, you can see. Here's a good example, right? So look at it. So if we come down here, you can anticipate, there's a shitload of stops under that. So if it comes back down here, you could see the potential running of the stops because the market wants to go towards liquidity, right? So there's stops here. It's astonishing they didn't get them on the first try. Astonishing. Right? But they didn't get them, right? Because they're still there. So right underneath here, they're going to be stops. So thus, if this comes back down, if this comes back down here, you got to allow for that to happen, right? Because everybody on the planet that's looking at Decentraland sees it, and those with the money to fuck you on it see it as well, right? So you cannot put your stop right there, right? That you're just asking for it. Give it a little room. 707 is always a nice compromise. You're not, right. I mean, you could do it, right? But you might. So what would be the downside of that? If you do that, right? So you say, okay, all right, well, the loss was smaller. That's right. But you better be quick to go back in. Or that's just what'll happen, right? You'll get bent over and then you'll watch it go and you say, God damn it. I knew that. I was right there. And those fuckers got me. Yeah, that's the fuckers are everyone else in the market, right? So everybody's after you. You almost kind of want to think it that way. Right, what are these guys trying to do? They're just doing their job, right? Their job is to take your money. Your job is to take their money. That's the game you're playing, right? Let's not be Pollyanna about this. They're after they want to put their hands in your pocket and grab your money. So don't make it easy for them. You got to think who's on the other side of my trade. What can they see? What does everybody see here? Where's the liquidity? Here, 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 here. Every one of these is liquidity. If they can get there, they're going to get it. So if this comes down again, so how would that completely alter the count? Not necessarily. Yeah, I'll tell you what it would alter. We'd no longer have a golden corner. We'd have a corner. Right? Again, the caveat is always as long as the corner holds, you got your 80%. If it comes down and goes a little bit lower, well, you still get your 80% here. It's just not a golden. Right, and if it starts to break lower, okay, well now the trade's coming apart, right? And that's perhaps the downtrend and the way this is being interpreted is changing. But as it is right now, good God, this is about as good as it can get, right? From out of a golden corner to a golden corner. And all in the context of a fairly easy to spot Elliott count. There's no, complex corrections inside of an upside down reverse bat shark. I mean, this is pretty straightforward shit. Do you even need the Elliott wave here? No, you don't. I mean, so we talk 5s and 3s, right? Do you have to be an Elliottian to say, well, that sure looks like a 3? And I know the market tends to correct in 3s. You don't have to be a master Elliottian to get that. You don't even have to put the labels on here. What do I have, right? What is the only thing the market ever does? Swing and retrace. That's it. Right? Everything is just that combination, 1,000 different ways that can be put together. That's all everything in the market is. That's all it ever is. Ever. Great stuff, right? Race car. I want to say it faster. Race car K-Pack. I want to say CPAC. Race car. No, I don't want to say CPAC. Race car K-Pack. A little political bias just got released. Okay, let me keep moving. Frayed 57. Always good for some charts. Great first post though from our new member, Race car K-Pack. Okay, so I got. We looked at this the other day. This was interesting. Near USDT. Well, Race car gave me lots of good content to start the day with. Hang on one second. It's getting hot. Okay, what do we got? Near to tether. Let's copy that up. This must be something you're in because I think it was. Look at the market turnaround. Interesting. I think you posted this last week, so this must be a trade you're in. You like. Okay, this looks pretty interesting. Oh, so I got some Monty Magic over here. It's okay. So off of the low. It's hard to miss that. Okay. All right. Right where the software is going to kick. All right. We know what's happening here. Well, okay. Another great. Man, you guys are making it easy for me. TradingView never makes it easy for. I like TradingView. It's just these features where you can't. It's annoying. All right. So what happened here? Is that hard to figure out? Did the fundamentals, the news story, did something happen here that would cause the market to reverse with near? Or did a bunch of people who didn't know any better put their stop right here? Thank you. So what are they doing down here? They're just picking up those orders, right? So this is just a straight liquidity grab. Oh, look here. Oh, I know where the stops are going to be. Oh, let's grab them. So as it starts to come up, what are the people? All right. So the people that short here, what happens? Right now they got to cover, right? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh, right. That's all buy pressure up. Right, and it all came from that little liquidity grab. Do I need the Elliott wave here? Nope. That's a pretty good kick off of that, and that's what starts it. How do you know, right? Look, Jesus Christ. Look how in the face that is. So if you got stopped down here, God, if you were long here thinking, oh, I got the low. Oh, there's the one. Oh, we go here. And you let that get away, because think about that, right? So this is why the market is a cruel master. If you didn't take that little baby retrace here, which shit, I don't think I'd have taken that. It didn't give you a chance to get in. So once you got stopped out, you're fuck. Are you kidding me? Really? You can almost look at it like this. Range, right? Here's the pivot, right? Takes it up, come back down. We come right back here to that structure. There's all the stops, grabbed. Thank you very much, right? I got a house payment to make in the Hamptons, right? So thanks, that mortgage is coming due. Boom. See you later, right? So then you had to, so where was the next opportunity? You had to take this. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know how you're trading this, Frayed, if you caught some of that action here, but if you didn't get this, boy, this is going to be tough to take. Oh, here, let's get, I'm going to just hide some. Oh, shit, I don't want to hide those. I want to clear some of this so I can get in there. Okay, that's, Afraid that's too many. I gotta back some of this off so I can see it. Okay, just so I can see what you're thinking. Okay. Okay, so, well, all right, so if you missed this massive rip up here, and of course they do it again here, right? There it is again. This sometimes is a good way to look at the market like this. Where's the range, right? So what's happening here, right? We're in a box. We're in a range. Now, at the low end of the range, what do they do? Right now, Jesus, God, this is great. These are just, you guys are killing me today. This is great stuff. Down, right? We're grabbing the liquidity, right? Because you know the stops are there. Whew. Boom. Look at that wick. I don't know, something weird happened there. Somebody got bent over. It's a market order. Something happened there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I might have done it that way, right? A, B, it looks like an expanded B. Or WXY, it doesn't matter, right? So here's the sideways, there's your 4 into the 5. Okay, gosh, oh, well, that looks like a pretty clear 5 to me. And boy, look at the subdivision, it's all pretty good. Well, I know I read in that Elliott 101 that coming off of that 5, I should get a nice clear 3. And if it's really going to play right out of the textbook, I'm going to get a 5-3-5. But, you know, it never actually happens in the market, right? That's all just in the book. Because the market never does that, really. Or does it? What's the only thing could make that any easier to trade? I mean, I'm assuming you guys see it, right? This is the DNA of the market right there. Oh, right, swing, right, retrace. Okay, so look at these pieces that come together here. Okay, so we're going up. We're going up, right? All of a sudden, right? So it's higher high, higher low, higher high. We go a little sideways here. We get another congestion, right? Where all they're doing here on a smaller time frame is the same thing. They're running the stops, bringing them down, running the stops, up we go, right? So you get that little congestion here. Now, all of a sudden, I get a major change of, we call it change of character, right? That'll work just fine. I've been doing higher highs and higher lows. All of a sudden, what just happened there? Whoa. Change of character, right? So what would the next thing you'd be looking for would be the retracement, wouldn't it? Oh, wow, that's 5 down. Well, I know I'm looking for 3. Maybe I can get it at the 50. Right in line with all of that. Maybe I can get it at the 50. Maybe it'll do it in a 5-3-5, right? So, God, here, I mean, we got another C, right? See, you guys are seeing everybody's going to be qualified as a purple belt here pretty fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets 5 into the C. Oh, what do we got there? This is our weekly low, I guess. Now, coming off of this, we get a 3. All right, so, okay, right? So you would assume, okay, since I've got a completed correction here. Now, the question would be, am I done? Well, ideally, right? You would have. Yeah, it didn't quite play for you, right? So ideally, you would have liked to see the impulse here, right? So you'd like to see that come here, but first you get the overlap. It's a wick, but it overlaps and overlaps. So now you got to think, okay, could it be ABC into a W and I'm working on an X? Could be, right? Of course. So what would make you think that? Well, you got to back up. I'll say, okay, how far have I gone here? Because I completed a pretty damn big impulse here. Oh shit, man! I got to take that off, right? So let me get some of this out of here just to make the point. Okay, so I completed a pretty nice looking impulse here, and I'm in log scale. So if I'm thinking that impulse is done, well, Okay, there's no mandatory requirement that it does a 50, but I'd probably be looking for it a little bit lower than here. Even if we put, let's put everything back on. All right, well, okay, I got to the 23. Now, is it crazy to have a 2 only go to the 23? Well, it's unusual, right? It would be implying massive strength of market. Now, is near that strong? Maybe. But you could start to see, okay, well, if this is ABC, is that going to be the 2? Oh, well, he's got it, right? He's already got it. I didn't even see it. Of course, Freyd would have that, right? So he recognizes that's not enough. So W could be the X going in here, and then we'll come down for a deeper Y. Now, that's going to fit better. Market has no obligation to give that to you, but if you were kind of thinking, all right, so if I'm going to trade that, is there a reason? If you're thinking that, do you not want to trade that? No, I'm not saying that. Absolutely not, because I got a 3 that came down. I've got a perfect zigzag. So if we continue here, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a 3 into an X. Here's a reasonable target up here. Let's use that little supply zone. All right, we got up here. This on a smaller time frame is going to be a range, just like these just a little range. What happens out of the range? Up, down we come. Retrace, right? So here's the algo play. All right, what's happening here? Well, this is starting to look like a triangle, which he's kind of got identified. So I got to maybe this is the 2. Maybe it's the A wave going in, which seems to be what he's implying, right? So we're going to hold the. I should put that in green here, so I'm so used to seeing it that way. Oh, come here. Where are you? Where's my little? Oh, fuck it. Okay. All right. So potentially now, starting on. If that's a 3, that would need to be 2. Okay, A, B. Well, this little impulse. Oh, man, that's nice work, Fred. So now trying to get that little impulse to come in so that you'd know, okay, do I have it? Do I have it? Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I've got the 3. So note what he's doing. He's not trying to buy the 2 into the 3. He's waiting to take the 4 into the 5. Right? It's a smarter way to do it. So the market comes back now. We get retracement. So this is just smart trading, right? So we're taking out the highs here, right? So we get the little. So if it's a sweep here, if they're going to sweep these highs, because everybody can see the equal highs up here, right? I mean, let's do it that way, right? So we see all the equal highs up here. It's probably already had a bit of a liquidity grab here. If they go up again, what are they likely doing? What's happening here, right? So look, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs. We'll go up here. Well, you got a little demand, a little structure here. So we can go up here. Now, what have I got right here? Maybe I've got if that's an ABC, I've got my 3 in, I'm looking for the 4. Where am I in a diag, right? Again, you're using the Elliott rule set here and guidelines here. This would be a guideline. Where am I looking for the 4? Right? I'm always looking for the 50 at the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3. Now, I don't have the pivot yet, but you see how he's laid this out here just perfectly. Right? So if we start to come back down, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a 3 at the 50 where I come back into all of this structure here. Look how that just lines up nicely. Boom. It's great setup. God, you guys are getting good. Jesus, makes my job really easy. I'm just here for the commentary. Yeah, you guys are doing all the work. That's a beautiful setup. So if you're looking, boy, there's another one to have on your radar. Oh, yeah, I think we're good there. I think that's everything I got. So let me keep going to Freyd's next. We got OMG. God, I haven't looked at this in a while. I think this is one you post regularly, so this must be another one you're trading. Let's copy that one. Oh, Mise Go. God damn, what happened to these guys? They were so hot for a while.
Yeah, they did an airdrop, I believe. And
did they? Right, that's giving it legs?
Well, so I guess where the big drop came from was Wales bought spot and then shorted for a hedge. And then just, because you had to hold the coin spot to get the airdrop. And then they had their massive shorts. And then when they dumped a spot, it just kept going, and they held their hedge short and made bank.
Wow, they sure did.
Yeah. So they really did hurt it.
Right. So there's, that's the kind of stuff that's going on in the background that it's very hard for us to think through that and say, okay, I'm going to use that based on what I've just learned here and try and ascertain how that's going to play in the swing structure. Really, that's not a good way to try and do it, right? You'll overthink it. You got to trade what you see. So what's here, even with that going on in the background, that doesn't mean don't trade it. It just means, okay, let's be mindful of that, right? That you've got some manipulation going on here. Why does manipulation happen? Because there's a vested interest in making it happen. So some of that is happening here, but it doesn't mean to stay. Well, either you say, until that clears up, I stay away. Or if I'm going to get in here and trade it, I'm going to trade what I see. So if we're coming down here, oh, I got to pull back here. Oh, 8 to it. Let's see if I can do it in an 8. Let's get the, hide that. It's a pretty good diag. Okay, so I know, I don't even have to measure because I know Freyd would have checked that. All right, so that we're good here. Into a diag, I got all sorts of support and resistance on the side, little Monty Magic over here that you can see how the market responds to these levels. Ping, 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 ping. So I'm not going to dig into that because I know he will have nailed that. All right, he's too good to not get that one. This is an interesting spot. Oh, are you using the new circle feature? I know that was highlighted. I don't know why that's a big deal, but that was in the what's new today. That's a good use of it. Put it to use. Good job, Freyd. All right, so I got a potential dominant 1 here. All right, that's a pretty big fall to come all the way back. Well, let's see. Hang on a second. Maybe because I get your eye distorted a little bit in log. Maybe we're there. I got to do it myself so I can see it. Yeah, we are. So that's his 50. I got it. Okay, so here's your 50. Well, how convenient, right? Look at all that. Right at the monthly and weekly support. Oh, shit, I got to dig in here a little bit. Okay, what are we doing, Freyd? Sorry, I got to take these out of here so I can see what's going on. Okay, so we're doing W. That makes sense. ABC, boy, it's kind of ugly. That's an awfully big C relative to it. Is that an ABC? My guess is he's being forced into that because at first glance that looks like a 5. So he's being forced into it by the price action. So he gets down here, and I'm sure because Freyd knows what he's doing that he would have considered the 5 here. So 5. Well, what am I going to do with this? So this is typical market, right? We just in a range. Now we come out of the range. So the key with the range is when it comes out of it. Often, well, here let's think of it this way. This is a good way. When you see the market doing this, that doesn't mean stay away. It means pay attention because what doesn't matter which way it breaks. When it breaks, often you're going to see a retest. So particularly if it comes out of here impulsively. You get think of it, right? So if people were in here and they're buying and selling, right? So we have equilibrium. Think of it that way. Now when we come out of here, often, right? So you'll have the combination of stops getting run here. You'll have breakout traders. You'll have all of the various biases in the market here will be expressed when we break a significant pivot here, particularly when we've been in a range like this. So it's not unreasonable to think that, oh, okay, well, so there's a combination of people entering the market here and getting stopped out of the market here. There's also going to be traders here that maybe we're looking to fill with precise limit orders, right? And they didn't get all their orders filled. So if the market comes back here, it's very possible here that some of those orders are going to get filled. Or another way to consider it is, okay, well, the people that got short here, if we're coming back to this, well, hey, well, they're going to defend that if they have the muscle to do it, right? You and I, we can't do that, but the whales can. We'll get a little order block in here, right? So the last up before the down. I didn't quite get there. But, oh, yeah, it did get there, right? So we got a little, little pop right into it. I wonder, right? Just wondering. Oh, God, I just missed it. You got to go back one. There it is. All right, so if it misses one, this is slightly higher high. Boom. The DNA of the market, because remember the algo doesn't care about this, right? And the algo very likely got stopped here, although that's not a close above it. Right? I'm starting to see more and more wicks go through, but officially broken when you get a close above it. Even still, though, if you wanted to get that nailed, well, you'd have to make a decision. Look here, so that's a little bit far for the target. It could be a front run. It's even farther here. So either you're here on the assumption it's just wick and we don't get a close through it. You just look right there, right? It's all at the 618. It's just one wick. What happened at that wick? Anybody want to venture a guess? Well, I might have to take some responsibility for that. So somebody who said, oh, I'm going to put my stop just on the other side of the 65. Well, sorry about it. Right, so if you did that, hopefully, well, we are starting to see a little bit more of this, right? Because this is no longer the best kept secret in trading. All right, so hopefully you were entering here, right? So if you did get wicked out here, you well, like, oh shit, fuck, they got me, right? So you got to look left, right? Would there be a reason for them to go up here, maybe tapping that order block? Well, but see, this, remember early on I said, well, if you get stopped out, we were looking at a golden corner, and if you got stopped, you got to be really quick to go again, right? If they didn't, particularly here where there's not a close on the other side of the 65, you got to be prepared to go again. Okay, so we come down here, we come right into this little pocket here, another little micro range, right? So we're on an 8 hour, right? On a 30 minute, that's going to look like a little sideways range. We come down into that, we pop back up. So if you didn't get it the first time, boy, they gave you a second. Anybody not get on board the first time? Well, here's a second chance. Comes 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you guys are giving me good stuff today. Comes down in a nice impulse, right? And then we get the big extension here. So how are we doing that? Let's see. So, oh, he's got a possible, oh, let me take that up a degree. Okay, so it could be A, B, right? A, B, C, one scenario. So we'd have, oh, I don't have a label here. What are we doing here? Let me pull back out. What are we thinking here? Because this is, right, what is this, right? So are we going triangle here? Or are we going, let's see. No, we can't do a triangle. So he's got to do A, B, C into the B. So he's got it here. Oh, you know what's making that hard? See, that's a good example, actually. The reason that's hard to spot is because you got same colors and same degree. Where's my fucking little color thing? Why am I not seeing that? Oh, here it is. Way down here. This is just me, right? So I mean, I'll be lost there. I'm looking at it, going, "What the fuck?" So he's got. So now that's always the advantage. That's why I always rotate the color, so I don't come back here and go, "What the hell was I thinking here?" So then it's kind of the same thing here. You got to do the same thing here, right? So these are all the internal, right? And then we finish with the B down here. We're doing that as a flat. Oh, I guess we are, right? So it's far enough. Oh fuck. Let's see. Oh, we're just doing 3, 3. Can we make that work? B, C. Well, we have to do it through WXY. If we're going to do it that way, Frade, you know this, right? I know you know this. You probably just didn't label this, right? So we have to do that WXY into the X here. So we get, so it's A, B, C, gives us the X, right? You know, fuck, right? Why does that matter? To an Elliottian, that would matter. If you're not an Elliottian, it doesn't fucking matter, right? 5 down, right? So we come out of it, 5 down. Okay, right? It's just, that's good. All right, so we're in this congestion, right? It ends up being a WXY. We come down in a 5, back in a 3. We come right back to an order block, down in a 5, come back in a 3. Now we don't know, right? Is that another 3, or are we gonna come out of this? Well, it's starting to look like, hey, maybe. Maybe we got a little trend change here, maybe, right? So first, okay, do I have a higher high, higher low? Oh, okay, barely, just barely. I'm etching out potential trend change. Nothing says, right? We can't just rip down here, but oh, okay. Well, even the ABCs have to be a higher high, higher low, higher high, 3 down, right? But as long as we don't take that, oh, I get a higher low, A, B, C, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. Right, so that trend is starting. So of course, it's often why you see diags at the pivot, because the market has to turn around, and as bulls and bears are fighting it out, it's a big battle between bulls and bears, which is what creates all the overlap. Which is why you see diags at beginnings and ends, because the trends, bulls and bears are fighting it out to maintain the trend or reverse the trend. So when we get right here, where would we be? Right, if this is a WXY. Well, here the Elliott is helpful. Okay, if that's a WXY and I've come a leading diag and I've come down here, I'm not quite to the 50. Oh, but you know, you're back to all of this. all of this structure down here that's getting tapped into. Is it enough? Well, for me, I'd want to see, and I think Freyd is doing the same thing. I'd want to see this complete, right? Because it's a lot to turn that monster around. That's a fucking big rip. What do we go from 22 to 3? Our percentage drop there is pretty significant. So I'd be personally, right? I'd want, okay, confirm the fucker for me. Okay. Right, where am I back to? Consolidation. Now, if I come down here, I'd be looking for something a little deeper. There's the trade right there. I'd be looking for, oh, let's get this out of here. I'd be looking for it a little deeper. Now, I don't have the 5th here, but I can just kind of forecast here, even just using the channel. Okay, so if I'm going to come back down here, right here, here's the Elliott can be helpful, right? So there's a potential, right? Look left, right? But that makes sense.
Still muted, I think.
Right, sorry. That should have been the first thought. Once I put that there, what's the next thought? Oh, golden zone. I got a possible golden corner setting up right there. If I get that, what do I have here? 80% probability of getting to that. Look how the median line and the algo target line up. Now, do I have that, or do I know that's going to happen? No, but where do you know where it's going to happen? Nowhere. Is that a setup that you would want to consider? Do you see all the? You see, this is the patient trader. So rather than trying to buy the pivot or the first little pullback here, I'm going to wait and let this thing show me the trend change. Show me a completed 5 coming off of that big rip down into with the complexity of that 3. Show it to me. Okay, now I get it. I see where I am. So if I come back in a 3, and I can come into this range. What's the risk reward look like, right? This is what we're trying to do, right? Stay focused on it. Let's say I'm going, oh, come here. Let's not be too crazy. Oh, 707 is going to be right about there. That's first target, 8 to 1. Second target, if we're going to go, remember, we're trying to get into the 3. Where's the target for the 3? Right there. 21 to 1. So as I often will propose to you, why would you not take that trade? The only reason I can think of is you got something else you like better. But if you're looking for a trade, that's about as good as they get. Now, we don't have this yet, right? Let's be clear. Oh, come here. All right, so we don't have this yet, right? We need that piece that confirms it's a leading diag, and that I don't just scream higher, right? This doesn't just take off on it, right? We don't really want that. We don't, right? All of a sudden we're going to be confused. Wait a second. What just happened there? Where's the resistance going to be that we got to deal with? Right here. Second target. Can it get there? Well, think how that might come together. 1, 2. Could we get here? Maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we get it. Label it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right back to challenge the highs. Right? It's easy to forecast when you don't have it, but I'm just kind of laying out. See, you want to do that so that you have a plan. Okay, if I get the 1 and the 2, okay, right? If I'm a purple belt, do I want this because I'm trading 3s and Cs? Well, yeah, I want that. I want that shit, real money or sim, right? Or if you're going after your purple belt. 3s and Cs, well, there's a 3. God, you guys are really good today. Okay, let me keep moving. FTM. Why do I not know? I know for FTM. What am I trying to blank on what it is? FTM. It's not Phantom, is it? Is it? Yeah, it is Phantom. All right. Frayed always does good work here. So I got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, look at that structure. You know, not to belabor the point, but what happened here? We're going to the moon. How do I know that that was just a liquidity grab? Look what comes off of it. Well, that's a big one up here. Okay, so is that even, where are we here? Nice big double top up here. You don't have a lot to work with until you get way down here. Let's kind of draw it up that way. Now, could we get there? So is he thinking the same thing? So let's see, we're in log scale, so I can't quite do it that way. I would do it this way. It's fucking log scale's a pain, right? So get a little overthrow here on the 5. So pretty good Elliott channeling here as we come down, not just breaking that. Oh boy, you'd like it. You kind of like it down here. Oh, I don't want to screw him up there. I like what he's thinking there, but that would be awfully shallow. So if we were going to do that, is there another count in here? I don't think so. I think we got to go with that being completed. At least that would, I mean, could it go up? Yeah, of course. Right? You might end up putting the 3 here, but it doesn't look like you can make that work. The 2 it wouldn't work. So this was either going to be a very shallow 2, or we got more down to go here. Well, let's break it into there, right? So this is pretty popular crypto. Okay. I don't see a workaround there. Well, at the end of the day, right, there's a lot of detail in here, but what are we really doing, right? It's all the market ever does, right? So that's that. Look at all the complexity just to get that. That's all it is. Just like this. Here. What happened here? You guys are going to eventually get this. Right? Never, never, ever, ever do that. It's just you're asking for an ass raping. You just don't do it. Right? Yeah, I show this to you over and over and over again so that you don't, so the temptation, like, oh, maybe this would be the one. You're not going to do it. You're not going to miss anything. That's the reason you would do it. Oh, fuck, FOMO, right? That's the only reason anyone with any experience in trading of any type would buy that, FOMO. That's the only reason. Well, okay. How if you just wanted to simplify this, what are we really doing? Any reason, right? Until we get out of this, there's no reason to assume anything. Okay, if we come down here, I mean, a lot of crypto has been doing this. There's noise, but we're not making any progress. So is there a trade here? Right, at the end of the day, fuck, enough talk. Is there a trade here? Well, it's hard not to see the potential. Of course, one possibility here is the ABC, as I know Freyd would have considered, is part of it, is just a W. Well, this would be ABC into a WXY, and we're going to go down lower. He has an invalidation point here that's significant, right? And he's set up here. So if this is coming down, this is not a bad thought. One. You got to do it there. Well, I guess you do. Or so. What would you? So do you see the problem here? Is it's not ideal, right? What you'd hope for. If that's the one, well, we've already overlapped here. So the impulse has been broken. So 53535 diag. Well, okay, maybe. I'm assuming, yeah, that's what he's thinking, right? It has to be because he's got an invalidation here of a diag. So we can do a 53535. We got the start on that through the diag. So I'd want to see, okay, how did my 4 look relative to the start of the 1 through the 3, right? Am I playing diag ball? That's pretty good right there. Well, fuck. I wonder how that trade worked out. Did the algos get paid? Yeah, they got paid. They tend to do that. This is iffy, right, as to whether and how solid that count. Well, you got to label something, right? So that's as good as anything right here. Now you're going to wait and see if I get that leading diag. Well, let's see 1 to 3, just out of curiosity, if we're going to hold. Oh, it's, ideally you'd see it a little beyond that, but that's okay, right? So you can see it kind of shaping this way. It's kind of the same thing here, right? It's just funky enough, right? And now you're doing a 5-3-5, right? You didn't really get the extended 3, so even though 5 can be longer, so you could meet the criteria of the 5 here. You'd be at structure. Your risk reward would be friendly, right? So there's no, it's not like it's a bad trade setting up here. You don't have any targets other than the projection of a wave 3. If this is a 1 and you're going to have this very shallow 2, well, the projections are going to be askew because you're not doing a traditional. I mean, here's where you'd be looking for the 2. So if we're going to do it up here, we'd be doing it above the 23. Now, of course, we can always look out a log, right? And that changes it pretty dramatically. But now you can't see any of the subdivisions. I don't think there's any particular advantage of doing it that way. Really, you're coming back into structure here. So this is, I wouldn't go heavy on size there. But if we think about if that were to be the 2, and I'm not convinced it is, but if it were, what's the target? It's so big you can't even see it. What that would be. That'd be a big winner. Okay, right. So that's why you might be just a little bit hesitant to go heavy here on the idea that the 2 is in. I'd like it better if we were doing it this way: W, X, Y. Why those things? Let's try that again. If this was A, B, C into a W, X, Y. I like the 2 down here a little better. Well, the other thing is look at the length of time of the 1. Right, time, as Gann will tell you, more important than price. So this is that's almost, a year and a half, or not quite. We're going to do this and a lot less. All right, so to think, okay, maybe the WX, right? We don't know, right? This is a lot to forecast when you don't have even the W complete, right? And we don't. Shit, it could be the 2. That says it can't be. It's just it would be abnormal. So this one here, I'd trade it, but I would keep the size small myself until I saw, well, okay, what do I get here? Right? Because if it's going to be WXY, the threat would be you're going to get a 3. Right? You're not going to know until the first retrace where you're going to think, I got my X, and then, you're going to know pretty quickly. But let's, again, stay with that. If you did that, if you thought the X was in, you got the first retrace, how's the risk reward looking on that trade? You start to see, right, how you want to approach this. Now my risk reward is starting to look a whole lot better going the other way. What do I know is going to be up here, right? A bunch of stops. So if I can make that turn there without getting wicked out, which only happens if I can get a lower high, right? The lower high is the setup. Now let's do it this way. If I break that structure right there, right? All of a sudden, now I got a lower low. Now, am I starting? Long way to go. First thing you got to do is get to here, right? There's going to be demand there. Right? So you're going to get a reaction, right? If nothing else, the bulls are going to defend it. Might set up the 4, the 5. Of the A, of the B, to get you to the C, to give you the Y, of the 2 at the 50, which is where you were looking for it all along. Now you'd balance out. Well, see, he's already done it, right? Now you'd balance out the time a little bit. Here's 100% over here. A. I think we take, in the purple belt, we take Ys as well as 3s and Cs. Right, it's a C. It's just a complex C. So I think I have to check with Dave as to whether or not we accept those. I think we do. So if this is W, X, A, and then A, B. Well, you could trade the C of the. You guys get it. Okay. The only hesitation there is just the shallowness, right? But it's very tradable. Great post, Frade 57. Thanks for doing that. Okay, I got George, and George is sending me a note. That means there's probably something in his in his folders. What are you telling me, George? Okay. Note. Day-night settings. Just make chart background. Oh, shit. What are you giving me here? What are we on here? Let me make the copy here. This is one of George's favorite things. He likes to compare. I don't do this a lot, but he loves it. I mean, I know some traders really swear by this. Oh, god damn. Okay, let's see. Please look at both counts. All elements are in folder. So if I do this, how do I get that? Oh, fuck, George. How do I get that to pop? I guess I can't. So I got to go. Well, let's do this, right? So then I can at least get one off to the side. Okay, so let's try that one first. I know he's been trying to help me get these folders sorted out here, so I know he wants me to get there. Okay, so let's go. What do I got here? I got the daily. Wait a sec. Okay, hang on. I'm going to get this. Okay, so daily, that's on, off. Okay, so I've got the daily. I think I've got that, George. So those are showing. Okay, so we're good here. Okay, so here's our, it takes me a minute. He gives me so much over here. He's trying to help me, and I'm not paying attention. Okay, so I've got a leading diag here. 1, 2, right? 1, 2. Well, that plays. Looks odd, a bit forced. The internal here, the green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, a little bit here, right? So you're kind of making do with what you've got. So you'd want to look at that now with all of the benefit here. I guess we can pull this off here. Is it 3? Is it? No, let's see here. Is it just that the count is mislabeled here? The 1, 2 is solid as a rock. That's not bad, right? But they look alike, right? So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I don't know if I want to do that here. Honestly, I might get stuck here. So there's a possibility here that the one's over here. And then, so you would be losing a degree. So it would go, oh, fuck, here. Let's see if I can do this on the fly. Sometimes this is a bad idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I see what you were thinking, right? That it could have been A, B, but you'd be truncating the C. I think I may prefer the A, B, C in there a little bit better. Oh, you could probably do it this way. A, B, C into the 4. Then you get that 5. So this would be, does this clean us up any bit? 1, 2. Well, the wild card here would be, oh, fuck, how am I going to do this? So let's take this one off because that's your problem child. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could still be, so you've got your wave on there. Let's get that. No, that's your pitchfork. I want that wave off. 1, 2. God, if I brought this up as a blank chart, well, all right, every electrician is going to be doing the exact same thing. So what's the process? Okay, if that's 1 here, that looks like a B. So if that's 1, 2, how far did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like that I've got. Yeah, shit. I'm doing all this. He may have this in the other count, right? Remember, he gave me 2 counts. So let me see if I can tweak this a little bit, George, here. Okay, so this is potentially going up here. This is, god damn, we could really take this much higher, actually. Okay, so let's label it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do it here, but that's pretty much of a straight free fall, and you got a good 5 that comes out of that. Oh, these can be tricky. Okay, so let's see what we got here. That's valid, but let's see if there's an internal count here that plays a little bit better. 4. Now, possible 5 here, but that's just a free fall when we are on a daily here. I'm inclined to agree with you here. If that's the 4, A, B, C into the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we'd be extension in the 5. No, I'm not liking that because the 3 is too short. Let's just see here. This is the kind where you you got to do a little bit of trial and error. Okay, so let's take this. Oh, let's go micro. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would make this the 4. So this has got to come down. Holy shit, this is a tough one. Okay, let's go up a degree here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Fuck, where is that 5? Here, you see the problem? I'm not changing the color. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that something completes here. I don't want to try and tie them together. So 1, 2, 3. Let's take that up a degree. 3. God, I don't like that as a 4, but you might be stuck with it. 1, 2, 3. Where's that 4? Just change the color. Where's your 4? Oh, here it is. Okay, so possibly 4. So that goes all the way back down here. 3, 4. I'm going to change you to micro. Let's put you back in white. So coming out of there, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're still seeking. Fuck, that comes out of there. God, this is a mess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm trying to get the internal one done here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. I should check and see what he's got on the other count. So that's not easy. To tell you the truth, I'd want to spend some more time with that. And often when you're trying to figure out an Elliott count, there's a lot of trial and error. Like, okay, does that work? How are the swing relationships here? And my guess is that's going to take a little more time. But just out of curiosity, let's see what he's got over here before I tell you guys I'm going to dig into it and post it later. Let's see if he's got the alternate here, which looks like he might. 1, 2, 1, 2, still has the 3 here. Right? So he's commenting here. Okay, God damn it, Trading View. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little skinny. Maybe. The ABC looks good. This would be the 1. We were good there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pretty close. Oh, I'd want to start from a blank chart here and give you a primary, but I'm not going to be able to do that in time. Well, the channeling here, all quite good. 1, 2, 3, 4. That 4 is a little skinny. The market may not always give you what you want here. I'd rather see this off here. Right, so that's, well, just think of the geometry of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I like this count better, actually. I think of the 2, I prefer this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not done yet, right? So there's the 5 that would give you the 3 up here, and then the 4 would come over here. I like this better. God damn, I got to get. Personally, I find that the lines fuck me up more. That's why I draw them in so that I can take them off. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a big rip in the. Oh, I've got my 2618 up here. Well, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so now the internal starts to look a little more promising if that's the C here. So we'd be getting a nice little confluence pocket here between the internal 1618, 175 and the larger 120. Those are the 2 most common locations. So that starts to look pretty good, George. I still would want to start with a blank chart here. Oh, let's just push that off just for a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're in the. We're working to get that 5th done. So the count is still very friendly to a bull. I think we got everything done here, but it's a bit of the sausage making. So the final piece. 1, 2, 3. Looks like he's got a triangle setting up here to try and give us that 5. Now that looks good, right? So there's the kind of swing structure you'd like to see. Oh, fuck. You got that locked, don't you? Looks like we're into that triangle. That's a good spot, George. If that's the 3, A, B, C, D. It's a lot to forecast. But that's classic 4, right? We're just going sideways. I think of the two, I much prefer this count. Or I had to pick the other one apart to kind of get me over here. Then we have this that's still in play here that he's got marked down here. We'd probably use the lower one. Oh, look at that. Let me here make this easier for you to see it. If I get these dialed in. Oh, it always looks so good. If only these would actually work. I wish they worked. Right? I wish I could count on that 80%. Just never seems to work for me, does it? So if you were right here, right, that's a tough one, right? You went 786. Oh, let's dig down there. That'd have been tough to take, right? That's shit. We are on a daily. There's not much of a subdivision there. This would have been harder, right? So the I think it would have been a little bit easier to to do here, because this is such a free fall. I'd have been reluctant to just. I'd have to pick that apart on the lower time frame, but still, I mean, it's just hammer down. What? Oh shit! That's that. Is that? Oh, this is that's the invasion starts here end of February. So that's my guess is that's partly geopolitical pushing that down here. But this would have been a good one here. Let's just get a peek at it, just for the lesson. All right. Come here. That's where I want to be getting long if I can. Now I don't have a great, start on a 5 there. Oh God, I'm tempted to go down here. Let's just for a quick peek. Diag, looks like it. Did we hold that? Yeah, we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leading diag. 3 longer than 1, 5 longer than 3. So there's your leading diag to get you out of the hole here. What do we do here? Not quite to the 50. A little shy. Probably playing off of that. Didn't quite get there. Let's get all this off of here. That's a pretty good call. Again, right? If it's triangle, it doesn't really matter. We're just in consolidation, right? So, boy, you got nice structure here. Jesus, what's not to like? If we do this, right? E, you never know, right? So it's underthrow, overthrow, can do either. So I'd be looking for that. Pretty much everything says up for the dollar. Both counts, because it doesn't look like we're done here. Now that can change, right? Right now we're forecasting a D and E and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot to forecast, right? But you got to do something. Okay, could be ABC, could be a flat. Oh fuck! It doesn't look like you'd be done with a flat though, does it? It looks like you'd be here 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd want one more down, so you'd 3, 3, 5 and get that right. Could right? This could be the 4 going in here. You don't know, right? So you got to kind of wait. That's why trying to jump and guess is almost always, you're just gambling, right? Not that that's not going to work out sometimes, but you can, intuit and I just feel like it's going. But is there anything technically here to say, time to be a buyer? Well. Equal highs, equal lows. Okay, so we came down here. We look at the, Jesus. It's out of curiosity. Oh, let's see, what do we got? We got here. That's not far enough. I'm right on that pivot. Well, we're in the pocket where the algos fire. Right, they start at the 50. They defend here. So if this is going to stay in this range, you're swinging so far here on the 8 hour here. So the algos are losing on both sides here. Right, so the one algo that's in play here is this one with that as its target. The shorts are getting stopped out. Trust me, they don't care. They'll get it eventually into the D. Right, so that's a big projection to say, we're going to stop here. Well, there's plenty of reasons why it would stop there. What's up here? Bunch of liquidity. What happened when we got there last time, right? Another example. Up, up, up. Oh, it's going to break. I know it's going to break this time. I know it'll break this time. Why not? So, there's traders that are thinking that, right? Oh, it's going to the moon. Then we'll come down here. They won't buy it. Then they'll wait for the breakout. Just over and over and over again. Okay, good stuff. Let me keep moving. God, I'm getting long-winded here. George, that's the best I can do with those two. I had more time with that, but I think the second one that you came up with here is quite good. Let me go to Ethan T. Hi, Ethan T. Oh, wow. Well, he's busy over in the futures room, so I see his work a lot in the futures. I haven't seen anything in crypto, but I know what I'm going to get here. The thing about Ethan T, he has taken what we taught him and applies it so precisely, I don't even have to wonder about what I'm going to see here. It's going to be TDU methodology perfectly applied. That's why he's also a purple belt. So, right here, pretty good lead up. I would have been really sounded like an idiot here if you'd given me something sloppy, but I know you're better than that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little skinny here, right? You're kind of stuck with it. Well, you probably could have done it this way. Oh, I don't know the fuck. It doesn't matter here, right? So given what's come off of that, so we get an A, B, C. So length of A projected from B. So that's sweet here. So we got a 618. Oh, that's nice. It occurs to me you probably had. If that's corrective, I would have been at shift. You have to put a runner on that one. Modified. Same thing, right? You'd have to put a sliding parallel on that. I'm just curious to see if that was there. Go back to original. Okay, so we get a corner. Oh, I will just kind of like to pull it across and see. Okay, what am I hitting here over here? Possibly here. We just last down before the up. Might just old order block sitting there. Looks like that's like he's already marked this. Oh, not a close, but just a wick that got through it, got to target. So there's your algo play. Straight up into one. So right. So at first thought it might have been like, 1, 2, 3. Oh, probably not though. It's not far enough. Is it even 100? I mean, I'd be already thinking 1, 2, 1, 2, but it is far enough. But it doesn't look right, does it? It doesn't look like that would be 3 and come back here. Well, it couldn't be. Right? So do you see already why that wouldn't be? Right? Because we overlapped. It's just a good habit to get into. So 1, 2, 1, 2. It's more bullish. Boy, if there's only a technical level that we could look for that to stop. Same thing. I just kind of bring them over. See what do we hit there? Could that be influencing the market? Well, everybody on the planet can see it. Is that what we hit? No way to know, right? So I certainly would not have entered a trade off of that. Now, put a golden zone there, different story. Now, put a golden zone there and say, well, wait a minute, does that fit? Right? Would the Elliott support the idea here? If I've gone 1, 2, where am I looking for the 2? Emerging markets, Asian ETF. I didn't even look at what the hell because I don't really, it never matters to me what it is. It doesn't matter. I'll trade the same way. So I got a golden corner here. I've got a corner here. So I've got multiple median lines to go after. This is where's your target up here? Oh, you don't have a target on that. That's usually up there, but he's using it for the 3, so we can do the same thing. Boom. How many times have I shown that, Monty? 20,000? I'm thinking 20,000. All right, we got a target up here for 3.
At least
20,000 times, right? Some people like to, really validate it. All right, let's get to 25 before we start trading it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, this is a monster. If that's going to play ball. Why would you not take that trade? Oh, maybe you don't trade ETFs. Okay. Are you looking for a better setup? Are you going to find a better setup? I don't know if you will. Pretty good stuff there, Eighth and T. I'm guessing he is trading that. That's so. What's the risk? Jesus. All right, so I keep coming back here to kind of drive the point home here. Okay, so this is the name of the game. Because why do I say that? Because you're going to get stopped out so many more times than you realize, right? You're going to get stopped out way. Did I say way? Way more times than you're not. So when something like that is running, you know, as you've heard me say this many times, what's the hard part, right? Leaving your hands off the mouse, right? Letting it go, right? Because it would be very hard right there. You just hit the median line at the algo target, right? So at the very least, you'd want to take a little profit there. First thing you got to do is you got to clear this, right? So you'll have the breakout traders will be there. The people to gobble up all that liquidity will be there as well. So can you get there? It would take news to drive right through and get there. But you can then just kind of piece it together and think, oh, okay, well, if I'm coming out of a 2, I'm looking for a 3, so boom, I hit the first median line. Okay, I got that. 2, 3. Oh, well, pardon me, I'll do it this way. 1, 2. Now, this is going to be a struggle right here, right? Because all the phenomenon that's at every pivot will be there. There'll be, you know, so maybe you get something like that. Now we go. It's going to be hard to get through that. So remember, every pivot, there's going to be a defense up there. They're going to defend it, right? These shorts aren't going to just bend over and take it, right? They're going to try and keep that going down because somebody sold it up here. So I'd let that set. Oh, so where are we? Let's go in here. So I'd let that cook a little bit. All right, unless you took this, Ethan, right? So you're just waiting for, what are we on? We're on a 3-day, right? So he's waiting for this to come back down here, right? Get into the pocket, up you go. That's good stuff as usual. Very well done. Ethan makes it easy for me. Chris NL, another very skilled trader, makes my job easy. Gives you guys some really good looking setups. Banned USDT, not a great start yet, but you could get a complete ABC, but it is ugly, so perhaps more downside. Okay, just reading through his little commentary. Grant NL, I never know what I'm going to see from. Well, I know I'm going to see good technical work, but his picks are often interesting. Yeah, what do you do with that? Why am I not getting rid? There we go. Okay, so this is a cluster, same kind of thing. Or this, I'd start it right here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, does it matter? Probably not. Labeling, corrective. We'll come right into the 3, 4 down a degree, so that's probably a reasonable spot. It looks like it's pretty deep, actually. Well, you're in the pocket. Good work here. 3, 4. So leading diag 2, 3, triangle 4, 5 into the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is great, right? So he knows his Elliott, right? So we come down. Oh, look at that, right to the 50. Boom, reaction. Come back up to the structure here. That's his. Oh, there's his weekly order block here. Last down 4. Oh, that's is that a breaker? No, I guess we call it an order block here. Probably a breaker here, but it didn't follow through. Okay, so we've got it's kind of it's not quite getting, it's not ticking right to it, but you're in the pocket on both sides. Same thing here. You're not quite to the golden zone, but you're pretty damn close. That's a funky. I'd do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see the swing structure here. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3. We got a little overlap there. Oh, overlap, as he notes right there. Is there another way to count that? No, you can't. I thought 1, 2, 3. You can't do it that way. Yeah, it's a little ugly here, so let's get that. Oh, it's funny. Okay, so let's get that off of here. What do we go to right here? So this is from the 2 through the 3. We've had this little push up here. Now we're coming back golden zone. So if I take it up here, now look where we are from this last pivot. Well, there's a couple things here. So we've got some pretty interesting confluence. So swing, we retrace. We're not right ticking it here. We're getting right to that weekly, to the weekly order block. And then we're coming down to, there's the next golden zone at the target. So once again, you could really look at this and say, we're just stuck between two golden zones, right? Just two algos fighting it out. Happens in the market all the time, right? On all time frames, right? So we're just, one side hasn't won yet. One side's battling another side. Those that write that could care less which side wins. They don't care. Right? They'll just, whatever it does, the software will just track it. They'll just tally up the winnings at the end of the month. Nice channeling here as well. So, okay, what have we got here? What does the market do? We got a lot of complexity here. I come into a 3. That's all the market ever does. That's a lot of complexity to get to doing what the only thing it's able to. That's the only thing a price chart can do. There's no other option. That's it. Swing, retrace, one side breaks. That's it, right? If you simplify the market that way, I think it'll serve you over time, right? Than trying to get. We complicate. I'm trying to get you to simplify if you can, which is a strange thing to say from an Elliottian who's trying to say, okay, well, show me the subdivision of that fifth or that third of the wave of the W. But I want you to go through that so you know how to do it. But then I want you to also say, what's really happening here? Is that not just a 3? And am I not just stuck inside two golden zones? Do I need all this detail, really? No. As long as I can pick the structure and I can find the wave structure. Well, shit, where are the pivots? Is this completed? That's where the Elliott helps you. From swing low to swing high, do I complete? Do I have a subdivision here that would make sense to be complete? Because otherwise, okay, it's just a retracement to the 50. I get a little bit more conviction in what's next if I can count an impulse here and a 3 here, as opposed to, well, fuck, I don't know, something. 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Right? That's, if nothing else, right? That's where it would give you some value. Okay. Did I complete? Did I complete the correction here? Well, nothing says that we are definitely complete here, but sure looks like I might be. Is there any technical confluence there? Oh, shit, I'm at the 50 and the golden zone. I think you guys are starting to get it. Chris NL definitely gets it. Diamond Lee, what do we got? ETH, the death triangle. Isn't that what Sensei Tudum called it? The triangle of death this morning? I think I saw his post. Maybe it was a tweet. All right. Getting a 1 hour. I've got this somewhere up here. Oh, because we looked at it on Friday. I knew I had a current version of it. Diamond Lee, what are you thinking here? I got to pull back a little bit here to see where we are in the broader count. So how are you trading this? So you're going WX. All right. So we'd be in the A. WXY of the B, that plays. Okay, so 3, 4. Just like Bitcoin, this is the. Let's use the new circle tool. I don't even know how to use it. It's kind of cool. What is that? This seems the most likely. Oh, pardon me. That we did it that it's an ABC. Be my guess. It's hard to squeeze this as anything else. Hard to make it work. It plays better as an ABC, but then this is open to interpretation. I'm a little inclined to think that we had a triangle here. Could you do that? Would it be it's not quite right, but then it would be. Then you'd be putting the X here, and that seems a little small relative to what comes off of it. So you can't quite get this. You can't go A, B, C, D, E because the triangle breaks. I mean, maybe if you're not a purist, you can let that slide. It's not ideal. It's not terrible. I'm not such a purist that I would fight that. because I like what comes off of it better. So if here's I'm giving you an alternate on the fly. If it does that, right? So then I can go A, B, C. Okay, what did I get? Can I do the A down here? Yep. Okay, A. Well, he's kind of fitting a 3 in there because it accommodates the count. Yeah, that'll work. A, B, 1, 2. You're gonna it gets a little skinny in there. We are on an 8 hour. Let's go to a 2. Okay, all right. Does it matter? Well, let's take that up a degree. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 1, 2. I'll be damned. Looks like you can do it. Looks like you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's ridiculously small. Big. I mean, looks like you can get that. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So you do have it. Okay. So coming down. Okay, we're gonna go diag to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That works. A, B, C into the B. A, B, C into the C. Ooh. I'm not so sure that we're not. Well, so this could be. Let's think about this. Well, we're getting a little. Well, so this would be kind of subjective right here because you could interpret this a couple of different ways. If you're going that way, now we're done here and we're starting, which is not. That could work. Let's go with it. All right, so this is valid. I don't know that I would count it exactly the same way, but since we got to this A, I mean the alternate that's here would be A, B, C, D, and we're going into the E here. Now, if this keeps going, right, that option blows up. I think that's the way I counted it on Friday on Friday's video. Well, so if you play if you play that out right here, and some of you may have it the same way. I think James M has it that way as well. Fuck, come here. Let's get you back here. So we'd have to allow for this for some overthrow here. Now, is this a force fit? Could be, right? A, B, C. I'd be putting the D here, and we're in the E, right? So the implication would be more down. Well, if we take this out, well, let me do it this way. If we take this out, right, definitely this is off the table, right? And then you'd be back to his count, which may very well be the count that gets it right. If we go up here and we finish this, right? So this is the support zone here that's so far being the resistance. We get that. Now we got a 5 here. So then we know that this is the right count, and the way that I have been looking at it, thinking A, B, C, D, E is wrong, right? So because we can't have 5 here. Sure looks like it's threatening, but threatening is not there, right? We're just revisiting this little supply zone here. I'm on a 2 hour. Let's go to a 30-minute. 1, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's a pucker. Okay, well, I can live with that. So 1, 2. Well, that works. A, B. So this would have to be the 4 here. And we're in a 1, 2. Let's label it. 1, 2. You'd want to see that get up here. You probably refine that even more. So you absolutely want to get a close up here. So this target of the golden zone here, where's your golden zone coming from? Let's take that. Let's get you in white here. So 1, 2, that's a pretty big 3, 4. Just out of curiosity, how we do here. That works. That's classic 4, the internal 4. So what is it? Right, it's just a little range, right? So we break out of the range, we come all the way back and make a reasonable estimate here. Maybe orders that didn't get filled here. Bulls now are going to defend here. We'll kick that up. So 3, 4, 5 would make sense. All right, so then this becomes a pretty promising low down here. If we get up here and complete, then where's the next trade? Right here. Not there yet. That's good work, Diamond Lee. That looks good, right? So so right now everything rests on this 5 needs to complete. Well, it doesn't need to go that high, but definitely that would be a good target here. Trying to get that done, right? So now we know, okay, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So the easy way to do it, just put an alert on this. If it breaks above that, okay, then the prior triangle fades, right? So you eliminate one possibility. Right? It's never a bad idea. It's not bad if the way you've been counting it gets invalidated because you just took one option off the table. Right now, I got 7 options, if not more. If I can reduce one of the options, all the better. Okay, now I zero in. Nope, can't be that. Must be this. Oh, it's not that. Oh, then it's definitely this. That's kind of the process of elimination. Okay, let me finish up. Anti-gravity. Oh, man, what are you giving me here? Anti-gravity always gives me a challenge. I think he relishes that. All right. Oh, we're doing Apple. I was thinking you were giving me the NASDAQ. Okay. Most profitable company in human history. Let's see how it looks. I'm going to just hide that a little bit. Your colors always drive me crazy, right? So I'm going to hide that. Oh, let's see. Is that relevant over here? It looks like we've already played off of that, so I'm going to hide that. Oh, man, I got a story here. A leading diag. For this to be reactionary, it can be seen as relatively smaller. Okay, so he's looking for shorts here, which is ballsy. Okay, so let's break it in there. Let's see why. Okay, well, here's our... I think there's a way to just get the POC on that. That's really all I want. If I do that, does that take that off and give me... Yeah, it does. Okay, so right, so that's really what I'm after here. I just want to see the POC. It's right here, right? So we can kind of zero in on that. Okay, so can we do a diag in here? It looks like, well, he knows what he's doing, so he's already got it. Okay, ABC. Boy, that's a squeeze. Wait, how are you doing that? No, let's get in there. Yeah. What am I missing? I'm missing something because that's a 5. And I know you know that's not where we can have a 5. So I'm missing a piece of it. What am I missing, Gravity? I can't have a 5 into a 2. I know you know that. So 1. Are you thinking A, B? You must be thinking. So maybe my guess is you missed a label here, A, B, and C, right? Because I know you know that. So that would be my guess here. Is that's what happened here? We just missed a label. So you'd have to be doing it. Oh fuck. Well, shit. There's a 5 there, but turning it into a 3 is the trickier bit. Oh shit. Oh, well, you're gonna have to do it that way. So that would make you pause just for a second, saying, "Oh, wait a minute. Couldn't we be done here?" Because that, well, you couldn't be, right? So, oh fuck, come here. Oh, I know what it is. You do your colors. Why do I get that? Something.
He says, I think the ABC label was deleted. Somehow.
Yeah, that's what I figured because he knows better. He knows that. I don't know what the fuck that is. What is that? That's something that didn't get an extension. Oh, it's a polyline. Okay, all right. So let's just get rid of that. Okay, that's what happens when I copy. I get all their colors, all the tools go to whomever, however has sent me the chart. I get all of their stuff. I have to switch it back. So. Okay, Gravity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I don't disagree. That's very valid. So it's a leading diag here, right? So contracting diagonal. So the anticipation would be that's, oh, yeah. So you got an A here. We're working on the B. Oh, that's a, well, see, this is ballsy. Actually, I like this trade. What is all the financial media talking about? Biggest rip in I don't know how many years. So well, let's see, in 2 years. So Best week since November 2020. I think I saw that this morning. So the market is just blowing off of geopolitical concerns, blowing off inflation. It's just the uncertainty has been removed from the market. Now we know what the Fed is thinking. So game on, bring on the risk. I'm in hard, right? So you can feel the whole market feeling that. So if this is now the subdivision here is a little tricky, right? Is it there, right, is the question, right? Do I really have 3 coming back into this? Well, you're going to have to work pretty hard to get that into a 3. Oh, how'd you do it, Gravity? You thinking, I'm going to have to go down to, let's go to a 30. How'd you get it? I know you got it, but let's see it. Okay, so that works. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. So I got an A, B, 1, 2. It's just, maybe it's me, but it's just easier for me if I change the colors and I go down a degree. Okay, 3, looking for the 4 into the 5. So the target is up here. So he wants to get that B up here. It's a little skinny. So, he's trying to, so here's the only thing I don't like about it, right? So I like the thinking. But if you start to put a channel on this is going to look like it's all pretty self-contained, right? So it's going to be hard not to see the possible 5 here. It's a bit of a, are you fitting what you want to see here? Possibly, right? So because you can just as easily do that. 1, 2. Let's see if we can do it. 1, 2. Shit, I do it this way. 3, 4, cooking the 4. I know you know that, right? He knows that. So thus, okay, so what's to like about this trade? Well, right off the bat, what's the risk reward going to look like? Friendly, right? I mean, right? Stop's a stop, but boy, the potential there is going to be monstrous. Where are we? So I like this trade for a number of reasons. One, the whole trading community, for the most part, right? Well, let's keep smart money out of it for a second. Let's think about retail. What is retail seeing? That's who's watching Bloomberg and CNBC. That's what they're watching and saying, wow, man, the market's ripping here. So thus, the temptation here as we come to the, okay, right? So recognize what's here. Right, so you guys have seen, I think I drew this up a couple of times, but look where we are. All right, come back here. What is the DNA of the market? What is it that the market does? All right, and all it ever does. Right. Remember, algo doesn't care about anything that happened in here. Once it's blown out, right? So if you were here, oh, algo's blown out, right? So now it just goes to the next pivot. It doesn't care about any of this, right? It's just going to use the dominant to the dominant. Now, what are we approaching here? What's the risk reward? That's going to be pretty good if we get that. 29 to 1. So that's why you might consider that trade. So let's use his stop here. So that now you're at still 10 to 1. You don't have to. Let's pull back out. Right? Are we suggesting that Apple is now going into a bear market? If we're here, no. We're just trying to complete the A wave. Right, he's trying to trade the B, so here, right, for his purple belt, that seems to have been our theme today, trading the C. He'd have a hell of a trade on his hands, right? Anyone who takes that, if you're going to get that, now what do you have, 830 to 1, 18 to 1? That's why you would consider it. It's hard to short Apple, right? So I'd probably do it with options. It's hard to short Apple. Right, it's the most profitable company in human history. You gonna short it? It's hard to do. Right? It was hard here. 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 It'll be hard here. right? Just for a second, think about that. How often does the market present easy money? Never. Occasionally. Not often. So this is going to be a hard trade to take, right? The hard trades to take are usually the best trades, right? Because nobody else has the balls to take them. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you constantly want to be going counter trend. Let me be clear about that, right? You want to be deliberate and smart. Right? Does he have a reason here? Does the Elliott count support it? Is the algo there? Well, we know that, right? There's no question the algo's there. Is the risk reward friendly, right? He's not doing anything stupid like saying, oh, I'm just going to short it and, I'll get to a stop eventually. I'll probably just, go with my feel, let's see how far that goes, right? He's not doing anything like that, right? It's a very controlled, aggressive play because the risk reward is so good. It's counter trend move. That's good stuff. All right, we should probably wrap it up there. What time is it? Oh, fuck, perfect.
Oh, we do have a donation though.
Oh, I'd be happy to do it.
So it's going to be CKB
Can I just
USDT at Binance.
CKB USDT on Binance. Do I know these guys? CKB? I don't think I do.
I've never heard of it either. But he's asking for potential 4-hour, but then daily as well, I guess.
Okay, well, we got to go to the daily just to get a sense of it. Looks like we're going to need to be in log scale here because we've got the range. Do we? Fuck. Do we have the range? I guess we have 4 times the range. We started at, yeah, we do. We're a little over a penny here. Okay, right. That doesn't matter, right? It's percentage return that matters. Well, I would just start carving this up, right? It's always good to start with a blank chart. Here, how are we doing here? Oh, 786, pretty good. Looks like that's a WXY. Are we done over here? Let's pick it apart. Okay, so that's a fucker. I would not use that. So I would start it down here. Yeah, I think we can. Well, there's a few things here that are like drop dead, like hard to miss. Okay, I got that. That one wasn't too hard. I would just work off the assumption. So it's starting to look like we'd have WXY. That's just, you got to start somewhere. That seems like the most obvious thing that it would be kind of staring you in the face. Well, of course, we want to do a little, there's an algos in here. Wicks. It's a pretty good 5, good 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks pretty good here. So we're not getting precision here, but I would like that. Well, we know retail's in here. How do I know that? Right, what happened up here? Same thing that happened over here. Right? Oh, it's going to the moon. It's going to go. This time it's going to go. I'm sure of it. Well, it looks like the whole thing is just we're kind of doing what the market does here. So I'd be mindful of, shit, you're going to have to put the whole thing together. So I'm not trying to connect all of this. So this is the swing structure. Let's put the whole thing. Let's get the whole range here. You don't have a lot to go on here. So let's see if we can break this down. If this is going to be a Y, we're trying to get an ABC out of this. Well, so right off the bat, right? So you want to try and dial your eye in. Okay, where are the 3s, where are the 5s? Well, that 3 is hard to miss. Okay, but it's just coming in here. It looks like I got a pretty good little 5 going in here. Now, am I done? Could be, right? Could be I'm done here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks pretty good. How did I do on the substructure here? Looks like I held, right? So I get a, let's do it this way. I get a clear impulse. That's one of those situations here where I would not see. I'm not a purist. See, I would let that slide because that's an aberrant wick, right? So something. See, purist is going to disagree with me there. Do it this way, right? It really. Where's the swing structure here? That's just somebody threw something in there. market or somebody got bent over there. It's not part of that substructure here. So this is what I see right here, right? That's the correction. This is somebody being stupid. So I wouldn't shy away from that as a good 5. And it looks like I've got another good, here's, you get it again, but here's again, you just try, where are the 3s, where are the 5s, right? There's a 3. Am I done here? Oh, looks like I could be. Let's take this one up a degree. Oh, let's go to white here. Especially with something like this that's trading in the pennies, something like that it's just not enough volume here to where I would let that ruin that count. Okay, all right, so a couple, all right, so sure looks like you're getting stops being run down here. You can just do that and just bring it across. So that looks pretty good. So, okay, do we have all the ingredients here for a potential low to be in? Well, you got to start on it. But next thing up, right, you're going to have to break some of this structure. So how about the last high that gave me that low? And I got a little, can I get that into a 5? I don't want a daily. Let's go to, he wanted the 4 hour here. Can I get done here? Yeah, that's not pretty. That looks like a 3, doesn't it? Yeah, let's just pick it apart here. Okay, so it looks like we're technical here. We are, right? So we know the algos are in here. That's interesting where we're coming back to. All right, but that's a pretty good break. So this is kind of, yeah, let's see if I go, can I get a 5 in there? I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. So I'm going to have to work with it. No, I don't. I mean, you know, sometimes you look at it and you're trying to force it. I mean, really, it's a 3. So that makes me think, oh, I got an ABC here. Well, it might influence my count. Could this be, we're finishing diag here. Oh, fuck, now I got to pull back out here. Is there enough here? Well, that's a 5 all day. All right, so if this is an A, B, I don't like that finish, right? I can't quite finish it. Okay, so maybe this is a problem here. Let's rethink this here. So if I can't do it, well, let's see here. That's a pure double top. All right, so I'm going to go with the B there. So A, B, I'm trying to get a Y done here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I might have to do it this way to get you over here. And 1, 2 is pretty solid. That's a 5. Is that 1, 2? Do we have to go further down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's fucking me up. Let's come back to it. Oh, okay. What else can we use here? All right. How do we look in terms of swing structure? Not bad, and it's clearly a 5. What else? What am I missing here? I might go with it here. So let's put the 2 into the 4. All right, so perfectly valid here. We've got this one wick here. It makes you just pause just for a second. And I can't finish that. So the alternate would be that I'm still working on the 4. And the 5 is down here. Because that's a 3 all day. So this may be that we're doing this because that's a 3, that's a 3. It looks like we're doing it that way. Let's get something that's kind of silly. Oh, so I might look for something like that here. So what are we after here? Consolidation. God damn it, Trading View. God, it's the most annoying feature. I don't want to force a 5 there because it's not a 5. So I'd be thinking WXY. So it doesn't look like it's done. This is still a little, just I'd put a little red flag right there. Okay, right. Sometimes not being a purist can bite you in the ass. But I can't say I hate that. So you'd be trying to come back down here to, what are we gonna, some support down here. What do we got down here? I'm going to use this one. Let's come back out here. Bring that all the way. Oh, shit, we'll go down and use all of it. Just if there's any, if that's truly support, you should have a decent chance of that bouncing there. But then the other thing, you'd be just kind of eyeballing here. Okay, right, can I get out of this? All self-contained here. So before, my hunch is you're looking on for the long side. Your preference would be to be, right, you want this to go, not too much further it can fall. If you come out of that box here, if we come down here, the count's going to start to make more sense. And then you'd be, okay, I got it. This is a little funky here, but it looks like you would want to see the 5 get a clean finish. Well, see, the cleaner the finish, then it's easy to take the next 1, 2. So your potential here is really good. But you're kind of in no man's land. You don't really have anything till you get down here. So I'd let that cook a little bit more and come down here so you get a cleaner finish. Now that's trying to get it perfectly. You may not get that perfectly. Oh, what else we got here? Just out of curiosity. How would that look? I'm just looking for where can I find some confluence, right? So if this is A, B, anything starting to line up, well, that maybe 1618 here would be a good extension for the C relative. That's B. It would be a pretty good extension in the 5th. Sometimes I'd take 1 through 3, just like in a diag. Again, looking for, is there confluence down here? Let's take it from the 2. And of course, let's just get this dialed in here. I think the 1 from the 2 gave me a 618, right? So then that makes you lean all the more into that as the 3, since I got right into the pocket of the high probability zone, right? We see that. What do I tell? Showing that 25,000 times. 3, so you're just having to allow for that. 1, 2, 3, that looks like the 4. You got to have one more down here to get that to clean up. So I would just be sitting tight, watching for that. Now, if it starts to take off on you, you have to revisit this, but I'd be looking for that to come down here and finish. So you'd be at the 1618 at the old order block sitting way down here. So potentially you got support there, but it would be, you're so far down here. Oh shit, really, you could do this. If I was enthusiastic about this, I'd start dollar cost averaging all the way down here, right down to here. So, buys here, all the way down to the low here on the accumulation. So your premise would be, you're just coming into the demand zone. Okay, we're coming down here. So trying to pick the turn. Okay, right. It's a hero play. But anywhere down here, if you're a long-term bull, to start dollar cost averaging in down here wouldn't be a bad way to approach it. Rather than try and get, I'm going to pick the turn or wait. Right, the alternate would be to wait, see, get the reaction. Okay, we're gonna have there's gonna be plenty of resistance. Fuck, get rid of that. Plenty of resistance. So you're gonna have to fight back through. Right, so bears will want to keep it down, but for this to get through, you're gonna need to break some of that. So you're gonna need that little first, the little flip. Okay, well, it's right now what lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, 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 all the way down. Right, so it's double tops. Right, here's a little fuck you, but it's not. We're not changing the trend. Trend is down. So why do you want to fight that? Right? It's the oldest. Well, don't fight the Fed, don't fight the trend, right? So the trend is clearly down. Now you're just into where you might be maybe starting to work back the other direction, but you'd want to get some inkling of, I've got a higher low, or at least the possibility for the higher low. You want to confirm it either more, well, take out that structure. Now I've got a higher high. Then you can start to get more enthusiastic about, okay, what am I doing here? Is this the 1 of the 3, or of the A of the 1 of the next set of impulses that come through on that? Well, all that remains to be seen. Another just a simple thing to consider. Here, I talked about this on Friday. I'll try and flatten this. All right, if you're buying it down here, at least we're buying it on sale, right? If we just split the range, well, we're on the discount level. Up here, we're in premium level. So we get up here. Now you don't want to be buying it up here. We want to be buying down here where it's on discount. Get up here, we're looking to be selling. Here's the pivot that this is after, right? So for it to get there, it's got to go 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. First, let's break this one. Of course, right? You know what comes next, right? Then 3 down. Oh, I got my 1. I got my 2. Off we go. We shall see. Good one. Interesting. Lots to chew on there. The tricky count. Let that come down. Okay, I think we got it. We good? Everybody get covered?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, terrific. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Always appreciate it. Thanks for everyone who posted. I hope you guys if I give you a little nugget along the way, I hope that helps. But lots of really good setups, and man, these guys are getting so good and make my job really easy. It was just terrific work from members. So I hope you guys are watching here. Of course, right? We'd love to have you join us, right? I mean, you don't have to be an education member. Social members get access to everything but the upper belt levels. Right? So you can stair step in. We'll come in on the free side, right? You can't post on the live streams, but socials can. Shit, that's $49 a month, and we'll make sure you get your money's worth there, right? You want to go deep and you want to get into that blue, white, blue, brown, purple, get into all that stuff where we're going to challenge you and make you prove it to yourself. It's not just to us, right? We want you to know you can be profitable before you go, launch your trading career. Okay, well, that will wrap it up. And now I'm still in the final phases of the course here that we're trying to release. So I'm still keeping it just Monday so I can get more done during the week. But you got Money Crypto on Wednesday. I encourage you to check that out. And then I'll be back on Friday, and hopefully we'll be launching the course by the weekend. Okay, guys, have a great